This episode is brought to you by ZocDoc. I still have this cough from being sick. Like, I feel fine, but I still have like a little...
And there's something clearly going on with your skin as well. You need to stop putting off these doctor's appointments.
I know.
And you need to go ahead and just go to ZocDoc.com/IMHO.
That's ZocDoc.com, ZocDoc.com/IMHO.
So you can find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today, much like I did.
I think I'm going to do that when I get home.
Don't put so much pressure on yourself. ZocDoc makes it so easy.
It's free.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any money. I'm going to do that.
Good. This episode is brought to you by Green Chef. Alexis, what is Green Chef?
Oh my gosh, Darby, I'm glad you asked. See, Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for clean eating, delivering pre-portioned and prepped quality whole foods with limited processed ingredients. Thrive all year with clean, easy meals from Green Chef. Go to greenchef.com/IMHO free.
And make sure you use code IMHO free at checkout
to get started with free salads for 2 months, plus 50% off your first box.
Green Chef!
Ask us your questions. We'll give you our opinions. Tell us your stories. We'll give you our opinions. Read us from your diary. We'll give you our opinions. It's in my homosexual opinion. IMHO, the podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to IMHO, the podcast. That's Darby over there.
Oh, that was really soft. Hi, I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. Now, listen, we have both been ill. You might hear some coughing, but I'm on the mend. Today is I would say the first day I felt 100%. I walked.
Yeah.
I didn't get winded.
Yeah.
Going up the stairs.
And that's normal for you in any day.
Yeah.
No matter illness.
So you can't make me laugh too hard because it does send me into a coughing tizzy, okay?
I have to admit, I've never tried to make you laugh.
Really?
Mm-mm.
But you make me laugh all the time. You're the funniest person I know.
It's because you may have gone to college, but you really only finished kindergarten. And that's my sweet spot.
Can I tell you a story about kindergarten that my mom likes to remind me?
Oh, no, what?
It was pre-kindergarten technically.
Did you hurt someone?
No.
Household animals?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Well,
we were doing a school performance. And it was the school at the church that we went to. And I got to go there because my mom taught there. She was a teacher. So it was one of those
baby.
It was one of those if your dad is a janitor at Harvard, your kids can go there for free or whatever. And my mom was a teacher. And
which is basically the janitor.
At the end, we had to do like a performance of alphabet soup or whatever. And there was a big trash can with like Campbell's alphabet soup.
Yeah.
And I think we were like putting the letters in, or maybe we were the letters. Anyway, I got just a taste of show business and life on the stage, and I ran with it. And I went out in front of everyone, and I did my own little dance. I was such an outgoing child until they beat it out of me for fear and homophobia.
It's good, though, because I've seen you outgoing. I've seen you at your most comfortable.
Yeah.
You take up a lot of space.
Hey.
Auditorily speaking.
Oh, auditorily?
Yeah.
Is that fun?
Not for me.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, Alexis is right. We have been sick. We actually took the week off last week, not on purpose.
No, not on purpose.
It was because I was dying.
Darby's husband.
Was too.
Darby's husband, Curtis.
Yes, I have a husband.
Well, actually, we think Darby's a silent carrier.
I am. When you become a teacher,
she doesn't get symptoms, but she does get the illnesses. She gives them to Curtis.
So much illness that eventually you're just a super soldier.
And then,
Russia would love me.
Oh.
Listen, if we just had everyone, if we want to fight biowarfare, we just need to get every special ed teacher and every classroom aide from a special ed class out onto the front lines.
Well, they're going to have lots of time coming up.
Illness. Why?
Lots of free time.
Why?
Look, this isn't a political podcast, but the Department of Education is gone now. So
we could see by the way she said that it already failed her once.
All right. No, Curtis, I think you got Curtis sick. Curtis got you sick.
Curtis got sick. I got sick. I can't get anyone sick. I never leave the house.
You got me sick.
I
came to your house.
And Curtis got you sick. We got sick at the same time. Well, anyway, it was hell. But can I tell you something so depressing? This is honestly, Alexis, it might make you want to hurt yourself.
I just freaked out because there was a piece of grass on my dress and I thought, When have I been outside? But it's from this table. There's a grass tablecloth. Go ahead.
We're all caught up. So we're actually, like, today we are recording the episode we were supposed to record last week. Like,
Yeah.
we are recording an episode the week that, and we never do that. Okay.
I like that because
But
it keeps us current with pop culture.
it does, but can I tell you this? So my husband, I have a husband, his name is Curtis. So he had been to the doctor because he had strep, because I am a strep carrier. Is that fun?
Yeah.
And I've given him a lot of strep through life, and I never get sick, which is great for me. But anyway, so when we got sick again, I thought, oh my God, I still have strep. And I gave it back to him because I never got treated, you know. So we go to the doctor, and I'm so excited because I had just been to the doctor 2 weeks before. And I was like, I've been sick though, which means when I step on this scale, they're going to admit me into the ER for being too skinny because I have definitely lost weight if I'm feeling sick.
Yeah.
I get on the scale and I did not lose weight. I have the exact same number I had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then why am I sick? Why am I sick?
Well, I think that means your brain is sick, and you got to get rid of those notions and those ideas that skinny is good. We're not doing heroin chic.
No, we're not. But I will say that when I went to the doctor a year ago and I weighed a different size, it became my entire personality in my mind.
Yeah.
And when I got my new license, my California license, I put that weight on the license. So now,
So now you have to, because when they take you in,
I'm
otherwise
walking
how are they
around
gonna know?
a full liar. I am lying right now, and I don't like that.
Well,
It's not
speaking
about my
of-
body. It's about
Yeah.
lying.
No. Speaking of identification and documents, I have some news.
Great.
Do you remember my friend Sam? We went to Paris together right before the pandemic, and you can't legally trace the pandemic, even though we were in France December of 2020.
Listen.
Or December of 2019.
You have 3 people in your life. Sam
New
is
Year's
one of them.
Eve.
And you always say, do you remember my friend Sam?
Do
You have
you-
3 friends.
I think I just asked you, do you remember when? We're not going to argue semantics because I have.
No, let's take it back. No.
I
You're
think I
so
said, do you remember
confident.
when me and my friend Sam,
No, you said, do you remember my friend Sam?
Annie?
Annie, take it back. Rewind the
Do
tape.
you remember what I said?
Annie agrees with me. Okay, keep going.
Well, so Sam and I were talking. We talk every once in a while. She lives on the other side of
Thank
the
you
country.
so much for calling her too, by the way. I like that you prefer to call her over me.
I know not to call you too much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Although there was a good stretch there in the pandemic where we were talking every day. Wasn't that fun?
I think it was because I had COVID in my brain.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good.
I told you
Is
not
this-
to make me laugh.
Well, don't cough directly into the mic. So this is my time to speak now that
No,
she's
no,
going to
no,
be
no.
coughing.
We
Oh.
were talking. She was like, I don't know what I want to do for my next trip. I really want to go on a cruise. I was like, ooh, I want to go on a cruise. Do you want to know where? And she goes, and we said at the same time, Alaska. And so she found a space in her schedule. It's next month. So we're going on a cruise to Alaska, me and her.
You're going on a cruise
To
next month?
Alaska, yeah. There's going to be one stop in Canada, but as we know, I didn't get my passport changed in time, so I won't be getting off the boat there. But can I tell you something?
Why can't you get off the boat?
My passport says male.
I know, but does that matter?
I don't know, and I'm not going to play with fire like that
Okay,
in a land of ice.
sure.
Well, I don't know. Well, here's the thing: is there in Texas they were trying to? This is not a political podcast.
No, it's not.
But they were trying to get that whole thing of like if your documents don't match each other, which right now
Oh, sure. They
I got
don't.
a passport and a birth certificate that match, but my ID is what I am a true.
What
my true gender.
you am a true. Yeah.
But my passport and my birth certificate say something different. And also my passport, I look very different because I'm still deep undercover. Do you understand?
You can butch it up on the plane.
That's what I was thinking. But then it's like their whole thing
No,
is
okay.
fraud.
I see that I'm saying it like it's not a big deal and it's not fucked up that we're saying this. I'm sorry. It is super
No,
fucked
no,
up.
this is just the
Sorry.
thought. I mean, this is
I'm
what
like,
I've come
you could,
to.
You could just like wear sweatpants. Like, what the fuck? No, but it's
this
bad.
is exactly how I've
It's
been
bad,
thinking
but it's
because
bad.
it's scary
Yeah,
and I don't
it's
know.
scary.
But I
You're right.
also don't want to not live my life. I was very touched by what Roz, friend of the pod, Roz Hernandez said last time of
Yes.
I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to do what I want. But this is what I've been thinking because my documents don't match. And what you need is either a passport or an ID and a birth certificate. I can't really do ID and birth certificate. They don't match each other.
Yeah.
I can do my passport and just like I'll be wearing a winter coat. Won't be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I'll be wearing, warm clothes anyway. It won't be that big of a deal.
You get a lace front beard. What a dream.
I could still grow one of those a little bit. So it'll be fine.
Oh, that's true. Just give it a few days.
But it is the irony, and the thing I'm LOLing at is their whole thing is like it's illegal because it's like identity fraud or whatever. If your presentation and your documents don't match or whatever, that's the law they're trying to pass in Texas. So they're trying to get people. They're saying it's about sports. This might be old news now.
Oh, don't get me started on this. I know we're not a political podcast, but we should get trans women out of sports.
Well, they already are now.
It's the thing I'm most worried about.
No, but listen.
It's been the issue we've had for decades now.
It's already done.
It's taking lives.
You got your wish.
Oh, thank God.
Darby, so Texas was trying to take it a step further and say anyone that's coming from outside of the U.S., if they're trans or if their documents or whatever don't match their given whatever, they can be detained and not their documents can be taken away.
Why do people care about your
I'm not saying all this to
genitals?
scare anyone, but I'm just saying
It's so insane.
it's something I have to think about, right? Because
Yeah,
I am
it's
going.
crazy.
There is a stop in Canada. I'm not risking anything. I'm not.
You can't
what I mean?
stop in Canada because they don't like the way you
Okay,
am.
talk about travel tragedies. It's
Yeah,
Nikki Blonsky,
Nikki
all
Blonsky.
over the For You page, isn't it?
Yeah. She's everywhere.
What do you think about
You can't stop the happiness.
this? Is a great time to remind everyone that we're both on Cameo.
Just really quickly, I do want to say, I have 3 things to say, so I'm only going to remember one of them. Number 1, I'm so excited that you're going to Alaska. I would love to, off camera, figure out how financially you're making this work, because that seems like an impossible thing. Well, there we go. She's kicking over her
Okay,
piggy
the
bank as
reason
we
why
speak.
it's working
No,
is-
it's an off camera. It's an off camera.
She's paying for it. I'm paying her back after the fact. Also, it's not even a money.
Ah, she's pulling a Darby.
Also, the whole 7
we
day
pay for her.
cruise.
She's gonna pay us back, and then we say no. We love you. Don't pay us back.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah.
No, the whole thing is
Okay.
less than
I'm
my
gonna
month's
forget
of rent.
my
It's a
other
7-day cruise.
That's crazy.
And it's,
Including
I got a balcony.
drink?
And I got a balcony.
You gonna do drink?
I made sure we got drink.
Yeah, you have to do drink because you're on boat.
Well, she was like, "You don't really drink that much." I was like, "No," and she's like, "We don't really need to do this bar additive."
Yes, you
and I
do.
said,
Oh.
"No, wait a minute.
Oh,
On cruise,
oh,
bar
yeah.
also means non-alcoholic beverages. So in cruise, everything is backwards. Water is $18 for a half a bottle,
And you're in the middle of water. Is that
and you're in the
crazy?
middle of water.
Isn't that
insane?
crazy?
So
Isn't that
you
crazy?
have to order the bar package
have
if you
to.
want like your sodas, your juice. Now, since it is unlimited free alcohol, only 2 at a time, we tried to test that.
We did.
I will be partaking. And
Yeah, of
imbibing.
course, of course.
But I'm really
Top
excited
shelf.
because it is my first vacation I'll ever go on, like kind of fully realize as myself. I'm already excited. I'm planning love.
I have to say, and obviously it's your vacation, so you do whatever you need to do for you because you've earned this. And I mean that. Since you've moved into, so in the last 3 months, you've earned it. Okay.
Thank
Everything
you.
before that, you
It was
didn't
a
earn
wash.
a thing. It
Yeah.
was a wash.
Yeah.
But these last 3 months, she needs to go on a cruise. Okay. She's earned it. But
I like anything.
I am
Doesn't need
so
to be good.
excited
I'm
for your
excited.
cruise wear. Would you make an outfit of the day every day? And
Oh,
then
I'm-
at the end, you do like a full video where it's a mashup. And there's that song where it's like, dun 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 you.
Hosier's
dun,
yell.
Dun, 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 you. I don't know. And it's on TikTok and kids like it. So do that and have your outfits change.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I also, we did bring her up just really quickly. I do want to say, I did see the comments on last week's episode with Roz Hernandez, people thinking that Roz and I did not vibe and that we did not get along. We did. We have the same dry, super dry thing. You're used to my super dry. You're not used to Roz's yet. Okay, think about a lesbian seeing Donald Trump naked. How dry would she be?
Rosie.
Think about Rosie looking at Donald Trump naked.
She probably burst into
that is
flame,
how
to
dry.
be honest.
That is how dry Roz's sense of humor is. Okay,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
even
she's
drier
very dry.
than Rosie O'Donnell looking at
we're
Donald
all
Trump's
best friends now.
penis.
We're all
okay?
best friends.
And yeah, so she messaged and was like, "Was I mean?" And I was like, "Wait, was I mean?" And then we were like, "No, we like each other." So cool it, folks.
Yeah.
We're big fans, and we're gonna be on our podcast. Oops.
We're going to be on our podcast. We're going to talk about it there.
Yeah, stay tuned. Sorry.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
This episode is brought to you by ZocDoc. Darby, when was the last time you needed to go to a doctor, but you pushed it out of the way?
The last 39 years, probably. I used this service a couple weeks ago because I was looking for a new psychiatrist because my pills, I take all my pills.
I know you've been trying to figure out your cocktail for the last 3 years.
And I got to be honest, the cocktails are getting bigger, but the symptoms are getting worse.
Ugh.
I'm not going to lie to you. We're friends here, okay? I Googled psychiatrists in my area and specifically what I was looking for. And I got to be honest, ZocDoc came up organically. So ZocDoc is a free app and website. I love a website where you can search and compare high quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment, which is what I did.
So I can search what kind of doctor I want.
Mm-hmm.
6'8", single, Jewish.
So that is not actually public information, but it is something that I do think you could figure out on your own.
Okay.
You're so good at internet.
And then I can just instantly click to get an appointment. Will it work with my insurance?
You just put in your insurance, you put in your area, you put exactly what you're looking for. They give you a list. And on top of that, again, like I mentioned earlier, there's reviews. I rely so heavily on reviews. I don't leave them, but I read them.
So you got a new psychiatrist. How did you like them?
I think we're going to be good. I got to say, I picked them because I think I work better with girls. Because with boys, I'm trying to impress them. I'm trying to be the man that my dad always wanted. You see what I'm saying?
Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/IMHO to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That was really good. And thank you for ignoring what I said. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/IMHO. If you're driving and listening to this, go ahead and speed up and write that down.
Yeah, that's ZocDoc.com, ZocDoc.com/IMHO.
So you can find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today, much like I did.
I think I'm going to do that when I get home.
Don't put so much pressure on yourself. ZocDoc makes it so easy.
It's free.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any money. I'm going to do that.
Good. This episode is brought to you by Green Chef. Alexis, what is Green Chef?
Oh my gosh, Darby, I'm glad you asked. See, Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for clean eating, delivering pre-portioned and prepped quality whole foods with limited processed ingredients. Organic, fresh produce.
Important.
Responsibly sourced proteins. I only want my proteins responsibly sourced.
If it's not responsibly sourced, miss me with that protein.
And chef-designed recipes in every box for satisfying, nourishing, and convenient meals that make it easy to stick to a clean eating routine.
Now,
I'm trying to eat cleaner.
Yes, of course. How's that going?
Bad. But luckily with Green Chef, I don't even have to think about it. They send me the stuff. I just eat it. And then it's clean. And you just have more time to live your life and savor these delicious restaurant quality meals.
I got to be honest, I need more time, okay? I'm a very busy woman, okay? I'm an entrepreneur.
Also, you watch a lot of K-dramas. That means a lot of subtitles. You need your eyes free.
I cannot be thinking about anything but what word is that? The good thing about Green Chef is that even on my busiest days, it takes 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Make a salad, I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay?
Not to mention the ready-to-blend smoothies and the grab-and-go protein-packed breakfasts.
Okay, grab-and-go protein. Do you know that you lose muscle mass if you're not eating protein? So if you feel like you're on a diet and you're losing weight, you could be losing muscle.
I have that written on a piece of shiplap. Green Chef can even help keep you feeling energized and curb cravings. You know what I like?
What?
I love those spiced pork tacos with the fresh pineapple salsa. These ones are so good and they're so easy to make. You do this, you do that, boom, you're done. Thrive all year with clean, easy meals from Green Chef. Go to greenchef.com/IMHO free.
And make sure you use code IMHO free at checkout
To get started with free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box.
What?
Free salads. Now, normally, I don't like salads, but with Green Chef,
You do eat a lot of salads
I'm a
lately,
bunny.
though. You
Yeah.
are eating salads.
I
What's
thought
that?
it was I thought it was funny to not like salads,
Oh,
but
and then your body said it's not funny, it's sad.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video, Green Chef.
Go to greenchef.com/IMHO free.
And make sure you use code IMHO free at checkout so that you can get free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box. You want to sing your Green Chef song? Green Chef! Wait, I had 3 things.
Okay. Nikki Blonsky?
Cruise to Nikki Blonsky.
Yeah, she's everywhere, isn't she?
It's just, she was found in an ice cream shop.
A Cold Stone.
She was found
no
in a Cold
less.
Stone Creamery.
You love a Cold Stone.
Well,
You
I
used to
worked
work
at one.
there.
I worked
Yeah.
at one. Yeah, it was technically
Oh,
Marble
do you ever get
Slab.
jealous?
Marble
That could have
Slab
been you.
Creamery.
It
Marble
could've-
Slab
well, you couldn't have
Creamery.
played Tracy, but you could have played like
Well, I could have played Tracy if it was for Gucci. Isn't it Gucci that did the
oh yeah,
hairspray thing where Gigi was
yeah.
Gigi
but Cola
Hadid
Scola was in it
chubby?
too. We love.
Yeah, but I love
But yeah,
how
there was
chubby Gigi
not
Hadid
there
is,
was
that
not a
big old
plus
fat
size,
girl.
person on
Yeah,
that
no, it was
set.
great. No, anyway, I'm so bummed about Nikki Blonsky being such a mess.
Yeah,
But I'm also really enjoying it.
it's fun to see a train wreck every once in a while.
Yeah. And
As
this
long as
train
we
wreck
know-
has a racist past, and that makes the train wreck
It's
easier to watch.
important to know who you're watching.
Makes it easier to
and
watch.
supporting. I'll tell you what's been all over my For You
contextualize,
page,
you know?
and we've talked about this briefly in private.
Let's do it.
My For You page is inundated with clips from Say Yes to the Dress.
Say that again?
Inundated. But
No. I'm so sorry. Say that word again?
Inundated?
There you go.
my
You said
For-
inundated.
Well, I was enunciating. My For You page has been inundated with clips of Say Yes to the Dress, but never the finale, never them actually saying yes or no to the dress.
Of course.
It's only the setups.
Yes.
And it's multiple different accounts. They're
Yeah.
all finding their way to me. I went and I watched a couple episodes.
You sought it out, yeah.
I don't know if maybe this is a privilege of one of the only privileges of being drag queens or in the queer community.
Is being a drag queen a privilege?
Well, what I'm about to say is of wear whatever you want, wear what makes you feel good,
Yeah.
look however you want,
Yeah.
and be you. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Say Yes to the Dress is a lot of Randy
Yeah.
saying no to the bride. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Saying, oh, you're a little old. I don't think we're going to do a ball gown. I don't see her in a ball gown.
Yeah.
I don't. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, you
Gross.
only get married once sometimes.
If you do it wrong.
And you should wear whatever you want.
I
Who
think
cares? I'll tell you what, if I'm ever lucky enough to get married,
you will be.
it's going to be a ball gown. Okay?
Well, yeah. And we'll rent out whatever size space we need to make
It'll
that
be out
happen.
in the open, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
it'll have to be outdoors.
It'll have to be
It
in a
will have to be
field or-
outdoors. Yeah, absolutely.
In a tent.
Alexis, that is such I can't believe I'm about to say this. That's an insightful point of view.
Oh, thank you.
Because it's true. Because after being a drag queen, I really am like, who cares? I'll tell you this. I have a husband.
You wear what
His name is
brings
Curtis.
you
I have a
joy.
husband. Okay, his name is Curtis. He loves dressing like a little weirdo.
Well,
okay,
we talk about that. This is what I was thinking about too.
Wow.
Is that Curtis loves putting a look
dressing
together.
like a weirdo. Yeah.
And sometimes
Let me tell you this.
You say, yeah.
I have trauma. Okay, so if I see a man in a fuzzy Patagonia vest, I'm hard. I'm dripping. Okay, opposite of Rosie looking at Melania's penis. Now that's how wet I am. That's how wet I am. So my style sucks, and what I'm attracted to is foundationally founded in foundation of trauma.
No,
But
no.
Curtis.
He
loves wearing weird shit. And
He
I gotta
loves
say, he's
experimenting.
very good at it.
And-
No, but he's very good at putting stuff together that
He's
I can't
so
see. And then
stylish.
suddenly he's very stylish.
Yeah.
And when we go to Wasteland, not sponsored, but happy to be. We were just in Wasteland. When we go to Wasteland, he's finding all these weird pieces that he'll pick up and I'll go, put that down. Please put that down. He found a shirt that's like, it looks like bubble wrap. And he's like, isn't this incredible? And I was like, for moving. But then he'll get home and he'll play with all these different clothes and he comes up with the coolest fucking little outfit.
And we've talked about this. You're like, oh my God, he's taking a long time judging his
Yep.
outfit.
Yep.
Is that okay for me to say?
Yes, please.
And I'm saying we get to dress up however we
Yes.
want every
Yes.
day. We get to fulfill whatever fantasy we want
Yeah.
weekly. Thank God we get to do
This
that.
is not the fantasy I wanted. I just lost track of time.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm getting over being sick. Also, I don't like trying that hard anymore. But isn't that cool for people that don't get to do what we do?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're a voice of reason in a way that I never expected you to be able to do. That's what I expect out of her voice. Okay, less reason, more that. And when we do stuff in drag where Curtis gets to come along and also be pictured,
Yeah.
I think getting into drag to then be photographed publicly is a stressful thing for me personally. My
Yeah.
confidence is low. Okay. Patagonia
confidence is
vests. I already told
crazy.
you.
Yeah.
So it's really, I'm very self-centered in those moments. Or I'm like, okay, Alexis, what are we doing? And I forget that Curtis gets to dress up and he gets to put together one of his weird little outfits.
Yeah.
And he's so excited about it. And I really do appreciate you because you will say, hey, he never gets to do this. Like, he looks cute. Let him do his thing. And I thank you for that.
My God, of
And
course.
I thank you for that.
My good friend Tiffany, I'll say
Ann
her
Pollard.
name, Tiffany Trainer Stonebrook. I love her so much. She and I were, we did the stage circuit. So we were in theater, we were this, we were that. We were 42nd Street together. I love her.
Mm.
When she was wedding dress shopping, she was like, no, yes, third dress she tried. She was like, oh, it's so easy. And I was like, what? That's like a huge decision, your wedding dress. She was like, I'm an actress. I try on amazing dresses all the time for my job. I know exactly what I look good in. I know exactly what I want.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love this. And I feel
Yeah.
the same way with us. Like we get to try different things all the time.
Yeah, 100%. And I do forget that. But I love seeing my man dress up in his little outfit.
He's so good.
And he's so cute. And now that we're doing training with your roommate Kevin,
Yeah.
he tried to kill me yesterday. My butt hurts. Not from sexual things.
Sexual.
Not from my sexual stuff, but from doing the dip, the lunge.
He tried to kill me too because he finally got rid of his bed couch, his pull-out couch bed.
Yeah, he's
And
like
he got a real
30. How old
bed.
is he? 31? 35?
I don't know.
34?
I don't know.
28.
But he got a big boy bed.
Yeah, and he was sleeping on a futon.
No. We don't need to disparage him. But
I'm
he
not.
did ask me to help
I'm
him
disparaging
move
old
the
him,
couch
though.
downstairs, and
Grow up.
it was scary
Grow up.
because those pullouts are heavy.
Yeah, and you're so petite.
I'm so
Y'all don't know
petite.
this because we're always sitting. She's 5'1".
Yeah, if
If you're in five at all.
Foot, yeah. Now speaking of petite, speaking
Can
of
I say
putting the
something?
work in,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry, Annie, Alexis. I really have to pee.
Let's go. I have to pee too.
Okay. Sorry, Annie. Thank you.
Annie, we're gonna pee.
I'm so sorry.
Come on.
Well, wait. I gotta take my gloves off because I don't want to pee on them.
I actually had to pee so bad too. I'm so glad you did too.
I've never had to pee this bad.
Let's go pee.
asked you if you wanted to come watch. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Are you mad? Oh my God. I feel like a brand new person.
Oh my God.
Sorry, everybody. We had to piss.
We had to pee.
We had to piss.
Okay, while you're doing, should we go ahead and get into this? We have a couple of questions. Should we go ahead and...
Do you want to do some breathing exercises?
I'm wearing a course. I'm wearing
I know
a
you
course.
are.
Okay, I'm just going to read this.
Okay.
Hi, Alexis and Darby. My name's Sebastian, and I've been a fan of your content since the beginning of IMHO.
Uh-oh.
I just wanted to share about the time I realized the show, especially Darby, saved my life.
I did it again. Tell
me. I've known I was gay for more than 10 years now and always felt a bit distant from my family because of it. They're all devout Catholics, and every time I hear them mention the gays during reunions, it would be to talk about how nasty they are. Example, why do the gays feel the need to come out? They're such attention seekers. Okay, I'm on their side.
Okay, honestly, true. Stay in the closet, bitch.
Fast forward to a few months ago when I was invited to hang out with a few of cousins to drink. I show up to their place a few minutes later and I was nervous as heck, so I decided to drink every time somebody offered me something. I had only been there for 1 hour when, while wasted, John, one of my cousins, who I had already come out to before, knowing he was an ally, accidentally revealed to Nessa, my other cousin, that I was gay. Luckily, no one else heard him. Next thing I know, Nessa walks up to me and whispers, "Hey, it's fine. Don't tell any of my parents in our family, but I'm bi." Before I could even begin to process what she just said, Nessa continues by saying, "Oh yeah, a couple of us are gay. We just don't tell our parents. But it's okay. Your secret's safe with us." That's when I realized my family was infected with homosexuals.
Oh no.
Also, this has nothing to do with Garby. I just wanted to make sure that she would keep listening. Love you, babes.
I was listening for that reason. Oh my God. Wait, that's somebody who knows me.
They know Sebastian.
Oh, I didn't hear the name. I was only hearing mine. That's incredible, Sebastian. I'm so excited to hear that for you.
That's so funny.
And your cousin is Nessa Rose. How exciting.
Oh my God.
Nessa, please, Nessa, I've got something to confess. I'm gay.
And I'm dating Ariana Grande.
Not anymore. They broke up.
Oh, did they?
I thought so, but that could have just been a poo base update on Twitter. I don't check. I don't do sources anymore. I don't check.
I don't know. And also, it doesn't matter who she's dating or who he's dating.
It does. It matters deeply.
Well.
So wait, how did I say? Oh, I didn't. It was a lie.
It was a lie to keep your attention.
So what was the point of the story? Oh my God.
I dropped it. So no, I think the point was just to say that there's gays.
There's gays everywhere.
In their family, in Sebastian's family, and a lot of Catholics too.
Well, duh.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the only people who have successfully groomed an entire generation, Catholics.
No.
What?
I was thinking about something funny in my head.
Don't say it out loud.
Okay.
Please. I don't want Annie to run out of here screaming.
No, I was laughing at that. That's funny.
Well, Sebastian, I'm so excited for you. Congrats on being gay with your family members. Is it White Lotus? Like, are you hooking up with them as well? Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, they don't do that song anymore.
That was the best part.
No,
They should bring it back.
I like it.
Well, they replaced the song with incest, and that's okay. Now, I have to say, Sebastian, as a Christian woman, I do not support incest, even though the Bible's filled with it. Okay, so you can't fuck your cousins, but I'm really happy that y'all have better understandings, and now you can call your cousins slurs. That's fun.
Oh yeah, I think we narrowly avoided a catastrophe when he accidentally outed Sebastian. The cousin John accidentally outed Sebastian to Nessa.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
about that?
Yeah.
Okay, like growing up, we're of an older generation. Okay.
She is, yeah.
We're older. And so when we were growing up, the only people I knew that were gay were the people who were too gay to hide it, like me.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I didn't know.
Few people come to mind.
I didn't, exactly.
Yeah.
Reese.
R.J.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think that was his name, but I shouldn't say his name.
Mine's married to a woman with kids. And that's sad.
I don't know what mine's doing, but in college, I came back summer after first year of college, and we made out. It was hot.
Oh, your story was very different from mine.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, she doesn't have many wins. We got to let her have them when she has them.
We made out twice, once in the car and once all over the floor
What?
of my living room. We just rolled around on the floor for like an hour. And it was doing DVD, and it was the menu of the DVD, so it was just the same
I love
music.
that. I love that.
The movie was called it was with Billy Crudup, and it was about he used to play the girls' parts in like Shakespeare plays, but then they started letting women come be the parts.
So he banged the women?
I'm gonna look up what that is.
I'm not worried about it. So yeah, I mean, where were we with this? There wasn't a question.
No, we don't only solicit questions.
Yeah, you're
We
right.
solicit stories. Do you have any opinions about that? Homosexuals?
Oh. So it's so wild to me. I feel like a baby in this world because I only grew up with like femi guys coming out because they had to. So today I'm scrolling through TikTok. Okay, very young, no cap. I'm scrolling through TikTok and this extremely masculine, handsome man is casually telling a story about his ex-boyfriend. 20 years ago, that would have sent me into a frizzy.
Oh my God.
Like it would have made no sense to me.
Mm.
And I know that that's not the case. And I know it's a system built on homophobia. I understand that. Okay. But it's the system I grew up in. And it still shocks me to this day.
Yeah.
So when I hear someone say they accidentally outed me to my family, I think, girl, everybody already knew.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
That's not the case anymore.
That's not true. Boys can be gay too, not just faggots. Yeah. Wow. I love the color blue and football plus cock.
Yeah. Now this could be, well, I was thinking about this earlier too. Men have been doing whatever they want with each other since the dawn of time.
But it wasn't about homosexuality, it was about power.
Because it was about power and they didn't have any babies or whatever. So anyway, listen.
Can I tell you yesterday? I'm walking the dog, right? I have a dog. Her name is JB. She's adorable. I'm walking the dog. And it's sunny because we live in LA. And people are staring at me, okay? And not in like I'm, you know, as you walk around, you're making eye contact with people, you're glancing, right? No, I'm seeing people looking at me, and then I turn around to see if I'm crazy, and they've also turned around to look at me. And I'm so confused. And I'm like, what? I'm checking my fly. I'm like, I took out my phone to look at myself. Like, is there something on my face? Like, I could not figure out what was happening. It made me so uncomfortable that, like, we just started to head home because I was like, I don't know what's happening. And maybe I'm being paranoid or whatever. We come inside, take the dog off the leash. I get a glimpse of my full body in the mirror in the living room. And the sun is shining through the window. We live in LA. The sun is shining through the window. It's so beautiful. And I realize I am in a white sweatshirt and really faded, like light blue cutoff shorts and my pale ass skin in the sunshine. I was basically wearing all white.
You were powder.
With my skin.
Yeah.
They were staring at me because they probably couldn't figure out what was happening. They probably thought I was a ghost.
Yeah.
But here I am going, there's got to be something wrong with me. There was even a moment, babe, that I'm not proud of it, where I was like, I must look incredible right now. Like maybe this is one of those things where I can't see what other people are seeing. But then I got inside and I saw it and it was terrifying.
You're very attractive.
I wanna apologize to everyone in Studio City yesterday.
No.
I should have stayed in the shadows, and that's on me.
You were glowing.
That's
How about that?
I genuinely I was glowing.
You were glowing.
Yeah.
That movie I was thinking of earlier was Stage Beauty with Billy Crudup and Claire Danes. If you would love it. It's so good.
Okay.
All right, let's go to our next question.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, do you want to read it? It's short.
Yeah.
Now, this is a visual question, but you can see it if you're listening to us on a phone or whatever. You can see.
If you're driving, speed up.
It's about our animation right here.
Okay. Greetings, Alexis, you fully grown woman.
Hi.
Dear Darby. Longtime viewer and fan, I love the shows, all of them, but I'm very curious about the blatant infantilization infantilization, baby. The blatant baby of Alexis's caricature in your new logo. Has Alexis seen this? I haven't seen her look behind herself on the set, so I don't know if she has noticed it yet. You told them to make you a grown woman, but Alexis a baby. Why? Signed, Chase in Peters.
Okay, Chase in
Peters.
This is our gorgeous graphic created by I Barely Care on Instagram. And I think what you're not picking up on.
And he just designed Susie. No. He just designed one of the Rue girls' new merch.
Oh my God, I love that. He's very talented.
He's very talented.
He created our
cute.
We gave him what we wanted. He did it. I'm not a babe. We're not size. I'm further in the background.
Well, I think also you do kind of look like a baby. But the reason is
because I look very young in real life.
The initial thought was we're bouncing on a trampoline. What would happen? I obviously would soar to the sky because of my tiny, tiny, skinny frame. My tiny little body would just immediately fly up to the Lord because God's got to get a better look at his masterpiece. You see what I'm saying? And then Alexis, what would she be doing on a trampoline? She'd be falling off.
I would be falling off.
If it
didn't have walls, I would be
She
falling
was
off.
just like, she's having fun, but she's rolling, tuck and roll. She's tucking and rolling. And then when Studio 71 helped us make it a little more dynamic, they wanted to bring Alexis more into the foreground.
And we said.
And so she does actually look a little more baby now that I'm looking at it. But I like that because, a great comic once said on a TV show called RuPaul's International Drag Time Story Hour, I'm baby.
You know what? I just realized.
I'm baby.
I'm not wearing nails in that animation, and she is.
You never wear nails.
That's true. That's true. Although I did shellac these and glaze these for you.
Hang on. I'm trying to regulate my emotions. That's all I've wanted from you. Like, just make them shiny.
That's
just
what
put a pale pink color.
Yes.
Finally.
That's what I've done.
We've been doing the show for 6 years. We've been doing the show for 6 years.
I'm trying to find a laugh that doesn't trigger my coughing. Okay, question 3.
Oh, good.
This is kind of I got to tell you, we get 90% death equals lady stories.
Hell yeah.
So it's hard to find ones that aren't. But just so you know, again, we do stories, we do questions, we do advice, but she loves death. I'm interested in the subject.
I don't love death. Let me
Well, this kind of goes. into the question.
Sorry, yeah.
So here we go. My question today was inspired by the Death Equals Ladies segment. Death seems to be a big part of my life, and I can encounter it at any time in my daily profession. And before Darby yells at me because she wants to know, I'm a steward for an airline. And no, I was not on that fatal flight baby Naomi Smalls orchestrated.
Goo goo gaga.
Shout out to Naomi Smalls. All of that to say that I'm curious if I'm alone in wanting us to always know the cause of death of an unexpected passing and or the nitty-gritty gory details of tragic events. For example, when someone says so-and-so died, but they don't disclose the cause of death, I immediately want to ask how, but I don't feel it's appropriate. But I'm a nosy bitch, and I can't help but feel the desire to ask. Also, I blame the early days of the internet for this, but when there are major tragic events, I do find myself looking for images online when doom scrolling, and sometimes stumble upon the more graphic stuff and instantly regret it. Like when there's a car accident where people died and you can't help but want to look as you drive by the scene.
Rubbernecking.
That is traffic.
Rubbernecking. Yeah.
If everyone stopped doing that, there would be no traffic.
That's not true.
Am I just traumatized? Am I just a traumatized human who is desensitized to these things, or am I a borderline sociopath? Thanks for listening with your eyeballs. Until next time, yours truly, Sky Waiter.
Sky Waiter.
Do you go look at
in the sky?
Do you try to look at images?
Let me.
In the age of Twitter, they can pop up.
So the fascination with death. So when we did our all Death Equals Lady episode, which I have to say I enjoyed so much. Thank you everyone for your stories.
We're gonna have to again because that's the only stories we get.
I don't love death, but I think the idea of death is so taboo to us because we don't talk about it. And for that reason, I'm utterly fascinated by it because we just, as a society, we don't deal with death. And what kills me is the argument that, well, what's with all these true crime podcasts and like look at all of this like fascination. It's sick. You're sick people. Well, that's not new. That has happened since the beginning of time.
Oh, yeah.
In olden days, when someone would be murdered, guess what? The entire town would gather to then pick apart the crime scene for a souvenir. Like, we are always...
the raisins or whatever.
Yeah, the raisins.
Yeah.
We've always been fascinated by it. And yes, there are ways to do it that aren't as disrespectful as some people's path has taken them. But
the rise in those it's for a reason, is people are so interested in it.
And we're scared.
And there's a new wave of
scare.
being able to talk about it in a different way. I mean, this isn't a podcast promoting other podcasts, but all my favorite ones that I listen to, they approach it, sometimes from the victim's perspective. And
mad respect to people who have a differing opinion, of course. If you truly feel offended by the concept of true crime, if it's something that really upsets you, please avoid it. Like, and I completely respect your opinion on it. I disagree that it's not something we can all process in this way. Like, I do think it's helpful to some people, but
I think it's absolutely helpful to know.
But I get it.
The dark stuff that's out there, and to kind of.
Yeah.
But I understand.
I get the reaction, and that, like, there's a TikToker who I simply adore. And I agree with her on 99.9% of the stuff that she puts out. And I really, really enjoy her. I love her, but she took this really hard stance a while ago against true crime and was saying how, like, disgusting it was. And I think specifically she even named My Favorite Murder. Like, what the fuck kind of name is that for a podcast and whatever? And that's fair. That's absolutely fair. That's your opinion. Mm-hmm. Live your life. But I don't know, the fascination of death and the taboo we have created around death, I think our reaction to it is pretty understandable.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, if you're listening to something or watching something and something seems disrespectful, like, make your opinion known, make your voice known. But I don't know, I think you and I went through a period of time, I feel like it was a few years ago, there was like this true crime comeuppance moment. Everyone was going in real hard on the My Favorite Murder girls, and everyone was, and you and I just got really quiet. We were like, well, we can't talk about that on the show anymore. Like, I don't want to upset people. I don't want to whatever. But it is what we enjoy, and it is what we listen to. And
your personal fascination with it is because you've had a lot of death around you your whole life.
Yeah.
I haven't had as much. I generally just like the storytelling aspects of it, and I like being prepared. I like to know what the possibilities are.
And the possibilities are bad, y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
No, I mean, true crime is not for everyone, and it's completely understandable. But no, I don't think... What was her name?
Skywaiter is a sociopath.
Oh, thank you. No, Skywaiter, you are not a sociopath.
I think if you have to ask,
if you have to ask, wait, am I a sociopath? Sociopaths don't ask that question, first of all.
Yeah.
No, I think you're a human being.
There's a young man who died. Going back to only a few out gay people, so out because they couldn't be in.
Right.
One of those young men I was in history class with, and I always remember kind of wanting to be his friend, but also holding back because I didn't want to be connected. I didn't want to be found out because I was close to him, which, as I'm saying it, I regret that.
You were doing what you had
but
to
I
survive.
thought he was really funny, and I remember kind of putting feelers out there, friendship feelers, and he wasn't into it, which was fine. But we only had one class together. He died mysteriously after college, and I've looked, but I can't find any information.
Oh, y'all, that's the thing. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. When I die, no matter how I go, if it's tragic and awful and disgusting, or if I die in my sleep, I want my, what is it called? My obit. I want my obituary to start with cause of death. Like, I don't want any.
Well, by then it's going to be just like tweet
you can tell everyone.
Yeah.
You could tell everyone the details of my death. I am dead. I don't care. Okay. My loved ones, if they don't want to see it, then don't listen to the podcast, babe. But I'm the same way.
We will be podcasting from her funeral.
From my funeral, obviously.
We'll put her body on the table.
No. You put my body directly into the ground, just like 6 feet under. Okay. I want to be under that tree.
You want to go raw in the ground. That too.
Wait, I saw a tweet this week that made me laugh, and it said, "Coffins cost $4,000. You could just bury me loose." You can bury me loose. You can bury me loose. And I agree.
Wow.
Bury me loose, baby. Just put me in the ground.
I want to be cremated. Okay.
I just want worms to eat me. No, but what I was saying is the when people like mysteriously die, especially people from high school, and you see those Facebook
I'm scared it's bad.
updates
I'm scared
and stuff.
it's sad.
Yes, but it's like we lost blah 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 at the age of 32, and they don't list a reason. Y'all, I'm immediately going to suicide. First of all, it's a suey for sure. And it rarely is. And then I finally, like the other day, not the other day.
Oh, you immediately think that they have done that.
Yes,
That is what
that it was a drug
cause of
overdose
death
or a
is.
suicide.
Okay.
Yeah, like that it's something that the family is embarrassed about. Because if it's like cancer, it'll say, in lieu of flowers, send money to the cancer, whatever or whatever.
Oh, in lieu of flowers for
Yeah.
when I die, you can send.
I don't think anyone's going to want to send flowers anyway. So you're
Okay.
fine.
All right.
So I was talking to my brother about this on our hit podcast, Twinny Window, now available wherever you
What if you
podcast.
died at the same time?
I don't think that's going to be the case.
Okay.
He doesn't take care of himself the way I think he should.
If I disappear on this cruise, it was absolutely foul play, and I want that on the record.
For the first time in your life, I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
Now, no, but my brother was telling me we were talking about people who died from our high school, and I was like, brother, like this is what I think happened to this person. Because like I did the deep search, I read the obits. It's been years. I keep going back to the pages to see if there's any new comments, if there's like hints and clues, and there was nothing. So I was like, suicide. It had to be.
Mm.
And I tell my brother this. I'm like, I figured it out. It's suicide. He was like, no, it's not. It was cancer. And I was like, what? And his parents lived 4 doors down from Grant's in-laws. And so they knew the whole story.
Oh.
And I was so bummed. I mean, happy he didn't kill himself. Sad he died of cancer. But why didn't they say that? They have to know what they're doing. Don't tease me. I just think it's human nature to want to know what happened to someone.
Yeah, I think if we
Loss
talk
of life
about
is
it a
so
little more, it's
huge.
not as scary and
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, speaking of, I think it's time for our segment, Death Equals Lady.
Oh, death equals lady.
Death equals lady. I haven't been able to sing in so long. It feels good to be back.
Oh, it sounds amazing. All right. Dear Darby and Alexis, I have a death story which I think you will really enjoy. When I was in college, I went through an awful experience with a professor who later got her comeuppance in splendid fashion.
I love comeuppance.
Oh my God, I love karma.
I love
Karma's a
comeuppance.
bitch.
She
should have known better. Some important backstory. At the time, I was in my first semester of college, so very insecure and unable to stand up for myself as much, same bitch, and unfortunately afflicted with a case of acne, which bothered me a lot. Both the insecurity and the acne have thankfully cleared up in the 10 plus years since this happened. Anyway, the professor in question had missed a weekly class without letting us know why. When we arrived the following week, she informed us that she had been out sick with a terrible skin allergy. How bad? Oh, it made me look like him, she said, pointing at me in front of the entire class and smiling. I'm so sorry, dear listeners. I have to take a moment.
Shocking.
Shocking. You should be able to legally stab that professor. That should be a law.
With a Ticonderoga #2 pencil.
And I thank you for knowing that. Anyway, here we go. I was mortified, even more so by the fact that she was leering at me like Dolores Umbridge.
Almost gone, you guys.
Proud of you.
Tattoo.
Clearly expecting me to laugh at the amazing joke she had just told. Since I was basically a baby at the time, I didn't push back like I certainly would now, and none of my classmates spoke up either. Same.
I
did the
wouldn't have
same
done
thing.
that,
I would
yeah.
just sat there and laughed and cried.
I would, yeah.
I spent the rest of the class feeling awful about myself and ended up hating the professor, both due to this experience and others related to her teaching abilities. I eventually left that school to pursue a different degree for unrelated reasons. During that time, several of my former classmates grew very close to the professor, and she was apparently much kinder to them than she had been to me. Well, I would hope so. Several even claimed that she had changed their lives, for the better, mind you. Okay, you're a very good writer. Cut to a few years later, when I was surprised by news that the professor had died in a horrific car accident, which apparently ripped her to shreds. She received an outpouring of tributes from her students on social media, who went so far as to give her name to an annual academic event that still happens today. Meanwhile, I was left to ponder the implications of A, how a single terrible experience can make you hate an apparently otherwise great individual, and B, how great the death of someone you hate can make you feel. I hope you may soon be able to relate if you don't already. Call my dad. I think the lesson we can learn from this is karma is real, since my face is now beautiful and my professor had a closed casket funeral. Well deserved. Okay. Thank you so much for Death Equals Lady, because aside from therapy, I haven't really been able to share this story as much as I've wanted to. Love from Brazil. P for Patagonia vest. What did I just say?
No, I wrote that. That's going to be my P.
Oh, I thought that was their name. Love from Brazil. Oh, but did you delete their name?
If they don't put a name, I don't add it.
They put a comment though, so it looked like they were going to put a name. Love from Brazil, and then there was no name, but it could have a name, and Alexis just doesn't like it.
I can figure that out. Hold on.
Okay, while she's figuring that out, holy fuck, that's crazy. That's genuinely insane.
Love from Brazil. No name.
You're right.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Everyone loving
What a
someone.
monster.
Everyone loving someone, but then one person knowing about what a monster they are. Do you remember when Sherry Pie was announced and that one girl in the audience looks at the camera like,
Yeah. Like she
that's
knew.
what it
Like she knew.
that's the vibe it's giving to me.
Yeah.
Ooh, have you
What
ever
a
had a teacher
monster.
that everyone loved and you just knew they were a bad person? Well, your choir teacher.
Yeah.
I
I think a lot of queer kids, I don't know that we can say for certain that
Well, I
they were
think
bad.
teachers,
They just were
just like
homophobic,
bullies, know who
which
the
isn't
weak
always
ones
bad.
are.
Sometimes it's funny.
And they know who they can pick on and get away with it.
Yeah.
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 I don't remember any instances for me like that, but I know there were.
But I remember, I think I more relate to not just like the bad teacher, but the feeling that, first of all, the feeling that someone you hate dying and you're like, great, what a great feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's, yes, the law, okay? The law says you can't be killed for just petty crimes, right?
Yeah.
But if a petty crime happens to you and that person dies, that feels like justice.
Yeah.
And that's just because emotions are not supposed to be real.
I strive to be a good person,
What?
but there are a couple of people that if they were to die, I would think, yeah, they deserved it.
My dad.
What? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that list. It's a short list.
It's a very short list. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a few.
It's mainly billionaires and then like your dad and then like
I know. I know.
my
you've got a few.
ex-boyfriend.
Does not need to die.
No, he doesn't.
You're nuts.
I need to stop.
You do.
Now I'm doing it as a bit.
You do.
Should we have him on the podcast?
No. That's psychotic. Anyway,
my meds are working.
yeah, I would be so thrilled as well to hear that. Listen, when I got to college, I was the exact same way, babe. If a professor had publicly said that I was the ugliest person in the world in front of a class, I would have laughed. I would have said, "You're so funny," and then it would have destroyed me for at least a decade.
I would have taken it as.
Ugh.
I would have taken it. I would have not said anything, but I would have taken it as approval or
Confirmation.
not permission that I can now never come back to the class and I can just skip it every day.
You don't really need permission to do that. You like to skip things.
Yeah, like the last
week. So I'm so sorry that you went through that, but I'm so happy she's dead.
Yeah.
What a monster.
What a monster.
What a
and there's a
fucking
little
monster.
there's a little picture. You do have a beautiful face. I'll say that. There's a picture on the email. Your face is
shit.
gorgeous. Smooth.
Okay, hot twink. Happy
Yeah.
for you, twink.
Now, all right, that was our questions. Did you learn anything today?
No.
The P does stand for Patagonia vest.
Perfect.
There's a drag
Hot.
queen named Patagonia who's so outspoken about nature and what we need to do to keep the climate good. And they also happen to be very hot. I would love to be friends with them.
Wow. What an interesting. So it sounds like you've learned something today.
I know.
It sounds like you've learned that hot people
I learned that
can
I
do
still got
drag.
work to do.
Yeah. And that's the most important lesson we can all learn
Yeah.
is that we're all works in progress. Even our parents. Even if your parent is like, I don't know, 81
Send your parent stories
and
in.
he's supposed to love you no matter what.
Send your parent
He's a
stories
work in
in.
progress.
Send your bad ones
There's
in.
still
They'll
time.
make Darby feel good.
There's
Send your
still
really
time.
good parents in, and they'll make
Ooh,
her
if
feel
you have
really
a
bad.
really bad dad story, that would make me so
Oh my God.
wet. Thank you. All right. Well, we have to go, but we will see you next
see you
week.
next week. Thank
Goodbye,
you.
everybody.
Bye. Homosexual opinion. IMHO.